los muertos, las flores para sentirse bien. La vida es para gozarla, la vida es para vivirla mejor. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón.
Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Triste aquel día, el sol se apagó. Lloraron las flores, lloraron los ángeles, algunas estrellas, el mundo paró. Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Terminaron los sueños, aquella ilusión. Desde aquí en el cielo, donde estamos los muertos, ya no llores, te pido, en esta canción. Lo que quiero decir es que la vida vale, porque la vida vale. Hay que vivir en cualquier instante, cuando menos lo esperes. Así débil y salvaje, todo llega a su fin. Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Triste aquel día, el sol se apagó. Dinero no importa, ni clases sociales, solo honrar el momento y la felicidad. Lo que quiero decir es que la vida vale, porque la vida vale. Hay que vivir en cualquier instante, cuando menos lo esperes. Así débil y salvaje, todo llega a su fin. Lo que quiero decir es que la vida vale, porque la vida vale. Hay que vivir en cualquier instante, cuando menos lo esperes. Así débil y salvaje, todo llega
Good morning. What a wonderful morning to gather. I'm the Reverend Christine Dance. I use she and her pronouns, and it is my great honor and privilege to serve as the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. Welcome. A very special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the first time. You are in for a treat on our most sacred Dia de los Muertos service. We strive to be a spiritual community for our time here at UUCP, focused on diverse theological perspectives, radical inclusion, and knowing that issues of justice and equity shape everything that we do. For our newcomers, we hope that you will join us in our Get to Know UUCP gathering this morning at Annex H. Our children are an integral part of our community, and we delight in their presence, their noises, and try to include them in all the ways. We do have an activity table in the back of the sanctuary, and children's ministries are part of our exploration hour after service. A very, very special welcome to all of you joining us via YouTube and Zoom and Facebook. Those of us in the room, can we say hello to our beloveds online, knowing that we are one community and connected in all of the ways. Today is a very special service, our annual Dia de los Muertos ritual, and we are so grateful to Nanazin Sylvia Sharma for sharing her indigenous Mexica traditions with us. Yet again today, we are so blessed to have you and your spirit with us. I invite our worship associate, John LaBarbera, to come and join us today.
Thank you. You're all too kind. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am John LaBarbera, your worship associate today. My pronouns are he, they. Our opening words are fitting for the season and apropos of this wonderful weather we're finally having. From Sarah Getty McNeil of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Come in from the crisp morning air outside. Come in wearing the autumn sunlight on your face. Come carrying the turning of the seasons in your heart. Whatever and however the greatness of life is speaking to you now, you are welcome here in our circle of friends. Join me as we recite our covenant and Gianna lights our chalice. Thank you again. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to share our strength in fellowship. Thus do we covenant.
For many years, we have opened this service with a ritual of calling the 7 directions. And so right now, if anyone involved in that ritual could come forward, or anyone else who would like to be part of this procession.
we're going to salute the direction of the east, and if you, from your chairs, you can look east, and everybody here standing, sound your instruments, and softly I'm going to read the prayer, and think of all those energies of the sun, and we have on our altar, the sun always rises. So let us salute the direction of the east, the dawn of the day, the sun. And from your heart, we know that the sun gives us the energy for Mother Earth to have life. In the Mexica cosmovision, the first direction is the place of wisdom, the place of the power of positive words, using your breath, the place of we human beings, where we must learn to use our words carefully as they go to the infinite. Be impeccable with your words. Use the power of your words and breath to advance the way of love. Use the power of your words to learn we are here to flower. This indigenous value in the Mexico tradition is called being Quetzalcoatl. And then sound your rattles and your instruments. And follow me. Now we're going to go, the Mexica's way of opening the circle and calling directions is to go to the west, because we're already a circle. Got my prayer. So who is the west? The place of women. Let's make way for the mother coming. Here. And you just close your eyes and pray. First, pray. See the mother with the baby? You're the mother with the baby.
Lampa, place of women. This is the direction of the West, the place of women who have died in childbirth, the ultimate sacrifice to give life. This is about the concept of regeneration and change. It is about the capacity to choose to forgive oneself and to improve. The metaphor here is the Mother Earth who changes in the seasons. She wears a new skirt of green grass and life in the spring. We too can change and always choose a new, good road.
Beautiful. Your baby touched it. You got the medicine. Okay, now we go walk, follow me, behind me, and come on, elder grandma. So we're both grandmas. And I'm going to move this basket of instruments. Did everybody get one? Okay. So, and now we salute the direction of the west. Okay, your turn. I mean the north, sorry. We just did the west.
North, the place of the elders who have gone on to the longer life. The direction of the north is especially honored today. This is the place of the ultimate transformation to the longer life. This is a place symbolized by black, which represents the unknown. It is a place of the great mystery. Humans will always live in an aspect of the unknown. The guardian of this place reminds us to have inner knowing, called Tezcatlipoca in the Mexican tradition. The ancestors may be our grandmothers and grandfathers, abuelas and abuelos, bisabuelas and bisabuelos, and our great-great-grandmothers and great-great-grandfathers. Tata Abuelas, and Tata Abuelos. We give thanks today for the memory of all those who have gone before us. They give us our roots. We are grateful here that we are like a tree planted with the strong roots. Grateful for those footprints for us of the good road. Today the ancestors share with us, and we honor their memory and their anima.
Okay, come around this. Keep, follow me. Come on. Walk on the cloth. We practiced this yesterday. It's okay. You ready? I'll help you. And now we can stand in our chairs maybe nearby. Salute the South. The South, Huitzlampa, the place of children and youth. And our young man here is going to read this prayer from his heart.
Huitzlampa South, the place of children and capacity to be curious, the place of the first creation energy, the free will to choose to have willpower, the place of the direction of element of water, and the symbol of this direction is the hummingbird that flies in all directions, taking only what it needs.
Okay. Walk around. See the hummingbird? Okay. We just stand here now. We'll stand in place here, east, west, north, south, and now we go above the cosmos.
Cosmos first?
Yeah. Sound your instruments.
This is the place of the heart of light. This is the celestial jar, the infinite. This is the home of the sun, Donatiu, that rises each day. The moon, Metli. The stars, Sitlali. The home of Venus, the morning star and the evening star. The Meshika cosmos is divided into 13 levels. The 5th level is the place of rains. The 13th level is the place of harmony of twos, called Omeyakam. Omeyakam is the home of male and female energies. The feminine is called Omesiwat. The masculine is called Ometikutli.
Tonan Sintladi, Mother Earth. Earth is our mother. She, with her horizontal waters, provides us with everything we need. She swims the celestial seas. We give thanks today for what it means to be a human being on the planet Earth. Ometeo.
And finally, we are here to salute the heart of the circle, the heart that is within us all. Within this community, we always come from the heart. We side with love. We see the hearts of each other. We connect with our hearts. This is also the vision of the Mexica people. It is through the heart that we connect with our deepest desires and our most sacred selves. It is where we are transformed, opening ourselves to new people and new experiences and new ways of loving. We honor the cycles of the earth as well as the cycles of our lives. And we connect with the interdependent web of life, honoring all our relations, from the littlest insect to the eagle, the great spirit and the small, still voice inside. We welcome you all to this heart-filled ritual and celebration.
And somebody blessed this water. It's got water blessing on it.
Thank you all for being part of this ritual.
Okay, everybody
Whether you were
has their
standing in
instrument.
front or sitting in your seats, thank you. I'm Benji Messer. I'm the music director of this congregation, and I use he, him pronouns. Our first song that the choir will be singing is a Cherokee morning song. And Sylvia asked me to acknowledge that while Dia de los Muertos is not from the Cherokee tradition, that a lot of the indigenous nations share resources, and that she has specifically been gifted this song to use in some of the ceremonies that she takes part in, and has gifted it to us. We are so grateful to have learned all of the songs for this service from her, and so we hope you enjoy it. Cherokee morning song, Wende Aho.
flung off my earring. Happens. Oh, thank you, choir. How beautiful. How beautiful. It is the tradition of our in-person Dia de los Muertos services to have each person write the name of one of their beloved human ancestors on a butterfly. And we're going to decorate this tree with them. We will keep this tree up for the entire month of November as a recognition that they have been with us on our journeys and are here with us still. While Nana Sylvia tells us about our sacred altar, we invite our folks online to write the name of one person in the chat, and Barb and John will be writing those names on butterflies to include on our tree as well. Again, reminding us that we are one community connected in all of this. For the folks in person, you hopefully have butterflies around you and a Sharpie pen around you, and you can write the name down and the ushers will be collected. If there's anyone who doesn't have a butterfly, you can raise your hand. Choir, did you get butterflies? Beautiful. Wonderful. So Sylvia, Abuela Sylvia, Nina Sylvia, we invite you to come up and tell us a little bit about this altar, why it is sacred, and bring us through this moment. You can know that you've got the microphone on you. You can do it from right there and walking around.
Okay.
Yes, you can take your mask off. Thank you.
So good morning. Buenos dias.
Hold a second, just a second, Sylvia.
Can you hear me up there?
Want me to check if it's on?
Is it on? Okay, great. I'm happy to have the opportunity to speak to you while you write the name of a beloved one on the felt butterflies. The monarch butterfly returns to the state of Michoacan, Mexico, from Canada through Minnesota. It is our respected winged one. My name is Nanantzin Sylvia Limas Sharma. I want to share about the Mexica traditional culture, the meaning of the Dia de los Muertos, and about the beautiful photo altars created by the 4 teams that were gathered here yesterday to build them. Thank you everyone here for bringing the beautiful memories in the form of a photo. While preparing the altars, we came up with several important words, which were harmony, peace, love, beauty, and hope. About the altars, all altars have 4 levels, and the marigold flower. The marigold in Nahuatl is called cempasúchil. It has a strong scent that we feel attracts the spirits of those who have passed. We also have water on each of the altars, a cup of water. This is the altar in the east. And each altar has a cup of water, sacred water. The altars also have the pan de muerto. I'll go to the west here so you can see the pan de muerto. And we have 2 kinds. This one has sugar, and this one has seeds. And I'll hold one for you so you can see it. And you can see that the bread you see here has bones decorated on it in the shape of a bone. So that was a fun experience to go get those in the local panaderia. The line was out the door. And there's a good story. Ask me privately for that story. So you will have a sample of the Mexican panes at the coffee hour. And the nearest altar here in the middle is for the south, created by our 2 youngest. One of them sitting in the front row with me. And the color predominantly for the south is blue. and the energy of the hummingbird. And here you can see this beautiful hummingbird here. So we've learned about the medicine of the hummingbird earlier. So the elder in our group led the West, and the color is red, predominantly red, the color of the blood of life. And the top here is a figure of a mother with child, and our speaker for the West had her child in her arms. It was just beautiful to hear her say the prayer and have the little baby touch the microphone. His genetic makeup was saying, I'm here. And then let's go to the east, guided by the eagle. We've already talked about the east. The color of the east is yellow, and the team effort was led by a mother and her daughters. And she wasn't able to come today, but she came yesterday. On the second balcony, if you look, turn around and look in the back, the second balcony level, you see the depiction of the Mexica history of Mother Earth, our knowledge of science and ancestral wisdom about energy and cosmic time. And please, it's PC not to call it an Aztec calendar. It's not a calendar, it's more, it's science and the cosmic time. I take a class on Zoom every Thursday with a teacher who's 82. He passionately talks about how we have to change the way we look at things. And I can share with you that I had written that, and my husband read my speech last night and he took it out, but I had to speak from my heart that we can share that it is not Aztec, it's Mexica. And we had so much science that the Spaniards couldn't understand. You know, Galileo was in prison because he thought the earth was the center of the universe, not the sun. So that's my heartfelt comment about this knowledge of, and several years ago we put it up, and it was a heroic effort to do that yesterday, and I thank you for doing that. The one compassionate male with all the women here was able to put it up, and I appreciate your effort, because it took an effort. So, and study it, because I know all the information you need to know about that if just ask me questions. So the North was led by our high school teacher, Felina. Felina, you can stand, please. She's our guest today, and she's come back again, and she will be offering free painting for the children at the patio after the service, and she's been asked to accept a small donation that will go to her nonprofit, Tonatiera, which is what Reverend Frederick Susan Gray allied with when she was leading the issue of being house arrest or arrest without papers. Some people even sued and won because they had papers. So, and you remember they were wearing pink underwear and stripes, and the whole UU congregation in the country went there to support that. She's a member of that Kapuli and Tonatiera, and she comes here with a lot of love for these traditions once again. She brought the butterflies also, and in the back that are going to be used to paint. So thank you. Let's give an applause for Felina. And I thank you from my heart. You're the next generation, okay, of teachers. So the North is a skull made of amaranth. She led the North, and that was a preamble. She led the North here. And you see, I was in Mexico 2 weeks ago, and I bought this skull here. Maybe you can see it. And this is a place of elders. And we did the West, and now we're going to the North. So amaranth is a seed that gave us nutrition and energy. And we also had spirulina. Spirulina is the algae on the lagunas. And that's millions, I do take spirulina now after going to Mexico, and my friend sells it because astronauts use it too. So we had knowledge of science about the North and how to survive. So, and Felina helped make this altar here, and it's an honor for you to come and look at this to see who your congregants acknowledge here. So the essence of the Dia de los Muertos is, in short, to celebrate the life of our departed loved ones. We celebrate the beauty of remembering. Thank you very much. Tazo Kamati.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. We so appreciate it, and for teaching us so much about the Mexica people and what is important, how we can honor that. And I do invite you all to come after the service and really take in all of the beauty and all of the hard work that everyone put in yesterday. Thank you for that too. So now I invite the ushers to collect the butterflies of those in person, and John will help put them on the tree while Benji gives us some music. I invite you to keep watching the tree as it gets filled with butterflies of your beloveds, of those who have not been forgotten. It is the time in our service when we share the joys and sorrows of our community. It is good to share, to support, and to connect with each other. Folks on Zoom, please feel free to write any joys and sorrows in the chat, and I've got a couple here from the folks online. Before we do that, we just want to take a moment to think about Seoul, Korea, and all of the people who were killed in a gathering, recognizing this time of year, a time of joy and celebration that turned into a time of tragedy. I'm also going to make a point of privilege, and this is, in some cases, literally speaking to the choir, but also to the rest of you. Please vote. Please have a plan for voting. Please make sure that you prioritize it in your next coming week. Please vote. From our online folks, I have from Amy Miskell, a sorrow. My friend Deborah's 32-year-old son Dylan died unexpectedly just this past Wednesday from a respiratory illness. He had tested negative for COVID. Dylan was a childhood friend of my son's, and he will be greatly missed. So tragic. From John Williamson, a joy that my daughter Marianne achieved in the top 5 in sales in her department for September in her job as a rental retention specialist. And from Joan Gale, please send healing wishes to my brother Doug, who will begin specialized radiation treatments this week for lung cancer. We are sending them to Doug and also to you, Joan. From Mary McManus, and you've got to get the tone of Mary McManus. This is Mary McManus, exclamation point. Going into my 7th full day of COVID isolation, still haven't been able to test negative. And please send Mary love in isolation in a dorm room, and lots of love for her. And from Lynn Westmoreland, please keep Winnie in your mind, who will be in surgery for cancer tomorrow, and Linda Odell, who died in September, and her daughter, son, and husband. We'll do that, Lynn. From Glenn Lockwood, my childhood friend Kyle Daniels just got a clear CT scan after over 2 years of dealing with pancreatic cancer. Not out of the woods yet, but couldn't be better news. That is excellent news, Glenn. And I have 2 from folks here in person, from Tony Harrison. Tony, are you here? Yes, there's Tony. And this is about Rob Hayes. Rob, are you here too? Yes, there you are. It was so exciting to watch my husband, Rob, be inducted into his high school football Hall of Fame. I loved seeing him be recognized for his achievements and inspiring the current football team. Congratulations, Rob. And from Sam and Michelle. Sam, it goes by Pop Pop, and Michelle is Mima, right? Yes. So this is about Dion Marie Lovell, who, if you all can believe it, turned 6. So Sam and Michelle say happy birthday to our grandbaby baby. So, and to our baby Dion, who's not a baby anymore. Wonderful. So I want to have us move to a sacred place in our hearts and our minds on this most sacred day. As we see the tree increase with the names of our beloveds, we remember what they have taught us, what they have given us, what they have blessed us with. I invite you to take a few breaths and enter into this space of prayer or meditation. Oh, great Mother, dear universe, creator of all, that which connects us in this lifetime and afterwards. These are our ancestors. These are our beloveds who have died. Today we honor them, we bless them, we make space in our hearts for all of the gratitude for them. These are the people who shaped us, who comforted us, who loved us, who guided us. These are the people who we call on when we still need guidance, that feeling of comfort in our hearts or in our minds. We have so much gratitude for their role in our lives. we can hold that two things can be true at the same time, that we have grief about missing them. We miss them. And we can also hold that we have so much joy that they were in our lives. It is a tradition in the Mexica culture to say our beloved's names and then say the word presente. So I invite you, and folks online, I know you've already written their names. You can say it out loud in your homes, or you can write it again as a way of saying their names. And those here, I invite you right now to say your beloved's names. We bring their spirits into this place by saying their names. Now let us all acknowledge that we recognize their presence here by saying the word presente. Presente. Let's say it again. Presente. They are here with us in this space and in our hearts. We keep them alive with our memories. We celebrate them each time we tell any of their stories, and we are inspired to be our best selves when we invoke their spirits. With gratitude and awe and responsibility, we say Amen, blessed be, and Ashe. Join me in a moment of silence. So we've had an altar for our ancestors in our house for almost 20 years. I am not from the Mexica culture, but my family and I celebrate Samhain, the pagan holiday that recognizes the time when the veil between the living and the dead is its thinnest. In the pagan culture, like many cultures around the world, it is the time when we recognize those who have died, those who have passed before us, our ancestors, our beloveds. In my family, we always decorate the altar together. It's a family tradition. We have special candles, a special tablecloth, then of course all of the photos in the frames that we pull out each year. With each one that we pull out, we remind each other who they are and our connection with them. We tell stories. Sometimes it's the same story every year, and sometimes we remember different ones. We have other items on here. We have Karen's grandfather's tools, a pocket watch, a special quilt. And to be clear, when I say ancestors, some of them are family and some of them are friends, and all are beloved. There are some family members who don't make it onto my altar. And there are many others who are chosen family, who have prized places there. After we've brought out all of the photos from the past year, we do what needs to be done. We add new ancestors onto the altar. I didn't think I was going to cry. And this year, we added my cousin, Gwyneth Rose May Dance. Now, Gwyneth was a creature. She was something else. She was the only child of my Aunt Naftil and Uncle Hugh from Ottawa Hills in Toledo, Ohio. Since she was an only child, she hung out a lot with my mother and my siblings who lived just a block away, and then was forever part of our immediate nuclear family. She was the one who introduced me to the earth-based traditions, and she also told me everything I know about my ancestors on that side of the family, especially the maze and the dances. She took the dance name many decades ago, and so did I, in honor of our grandmother Azalea Dance and her sister Johnny. Yes, you heard me right, her sister Johnny, who worked as a missionary in the, as Gwenny would say, in the bayous of Louisiana. Gwenny loved to sing songs, read tarot cards, recite poetry, and it was always difficult to differentiate her mischievous side from her sacred side. She embraced all that the hippie culture of the 60s and 70s that San Francisco had to offer, and she made a tremendous difference in the reclaiming tradition of the modern pagan witch culture in the United States. I know for a fact that Gwyneth Rose May Dance is adorning many Samhain altars this year, but I'm the one who gets to call her family. On October 31st this year and every year, we light candles all around our altar. There's not a lot of room left. We're going to need a bigger table, I think. And we put out food that they liked. Over the years, I've put out lima beans for my Grandpa Roy, ice cream for my Grandma Mawinnie, and last year we put out Snickers candy bars for my mom. I think we're going to need to put out a gin martini with 3 olives for Gwenny this year. Doing this is so very important to me and my family. And I think this ritual here at UUCP is so very important for us. I like to embrace the ways that it's countercultural. Because in Western culture, we sterilize death. We tuck it away in a corner. We do not want to look at it. As soon as somebody dies, we want to sweep the body away, remove it in a plastic bag, create a sterile environment. We embalm bodies, and we try to cover up the visible signs of death and decay that are scientifically real and that will happen to all of us. Many religions make funerals more about appeals to being saved than talking about the realities of death and the memories of loved ones. Many people don't use the word dying. They use euphemisms. What are some euphemisms you've heard? Passed on, gone to the other side, gone to a better place. I hate that one. Any other ones you've heard? Went home. Yeah. Kicked the bucket. Yep. Yes, yes. Going 6 feet under, all of these things, instead of saying they died. They died. We all will die. Why are we so wanting to escape that reality of it? Oftentimes, people don't mention people who are dead. Sometimes we don't know what to say to folks who have had folks passed on. We don't say anything at all because we might make them sad or bring up something that they aren't thinking about, even though we know they are. We are constantly thinking of them. So having this ritual, having a day, a season, a celebration when we bring out our dead, we intentionally talk about them, we speak to them if we wish, and we remember them. It's the most important part of that day for many of us. It is countercultural, and we are countercultural, so we should embrace it. I think when my kids were young, I convinced myself I was doing it for them. I wanted them to know who their ancestors were, and I wanted them to have a healthy relationship with death. It's the one thing that will happen to 100% of us and is so challenging for children to understand. My kids would draw pictures of them or would create elaborate scenes with skulls and crossbones and caskets. They would ask me how they died, and we'd talk about death as just a normal part of the process. We didn't hide it, and we didn't make it socially unacceptable. So I thought I was doing it for the kids. But the truth is it's really for me. The kids are long gone from our homes, and yet, as soon as October 1st comes, our question is, when are we going to put out the altar? I want to remember my grandmother's apple cobbler and my best friend Keely's snow forts. I want to be comforted by my great-grandma Emily's quilting stories and honoring my friend Dan for how he lived rather than the suicide that ended his life. I want it as a reminder that death is a natural part of life, not something to be feared or denied. All of these things benefit me so deeply. They remind me who shaped me, what my fate is, and how I am part of the great cycle of life that is a miracle, a full-on miracle. So I ask you, what were you taught about death? What were you taught out loud, and what were you taught by actions around it, the unspoken messages? What is your relationship with your ancestors who have passed? How do you keep their memories alive in your family and in your household? What do you want to take from their legacies and bring into your life now? And how can you be countercultural in your relationship with death? Beloveds, we are the breaths of our ancestors. We are but a moment in the great cycle of life and death. Death is a natural process, and those who have died lived on through our memories and our efforts and our love. May your ancestors continue to bring you strength and joy, and may you delight in their memories during this sacred time. So might it be.
Our last song is titled Unidos por Plumas, which translates as connected by our feathers. The lyrics, I love that idea that the thing that helps you tell birds apart, say, that helps us tell each other apart, can be what unites us, can be what brings us together. We will put the lyrics up with a translation so that non-Spanish speakers can follow along.
Thank you so much, choir. You sound amazing. And there's so many of you. So wonderful. Immediately following the service, we will have coffee hour, one online and one outside. Please be masked in the Johnson room if you're outside, and masks are optional outside. Did I say that right? Mask inside, mask optional outside. There we go. We are so grateful for Felina Rodriguez, who is going to be doing face painting on the patio, as Sylvia said. The paint, Felina wanted me to know that they are free, but if you wish to give a donation to Toma Tierra, the organization that Sylvia talked and that Felina is involved in, that would be very welcome. Get to know UUCP is in Annex H. Brad will be in the hallway to point where that is, to guide you to Annex H or ask some of our folks. And I invite you after the service to dwell in this beauty and the altars around you. Come and help John put the rest of the butterflies on the tree if you wish. Thank you, John. But do please take any pictures of your ancestors home with you. We will be clearing the altars later this afternoon. And I do want to encourage you to consider making an altar if you don't have one. There were instructions in Compass with the info on this service. You can do this in your own unique way in your home. And again, Nana Sylvia, muchas gracias por todo. Yeah, thank you for your love and your time and your teaching. Now may you dwell in the memories of your beloved dead. May their memories give you joy and comfort. May you hear their words of wisdom during this sacred time. And may we remember that death is an inevitable part of life, and we are but a moment in the great circle of life. Go in peace, go in love, go in memory.
Yo a ti no te creo nada, ¿cómo vas a creer en mí? Universos de tierra y agua me alejan de ti. Las tumbas son para los muertos, las flores para sentirse bien. La vida es para gozarla, la vida es para vivirla mejor. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi vas a creer en mí. Universos de tierra y agua me alejan de ti. Las tumbas son para los muertos, las flores para sentirse bien. La vida es para gozarla, la vida es para vivirla mejor. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón. Calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos, calaveras y diablitos invaden mi corazón.
Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Triste aquel día, el sol se apagó. Lloraron las flores, lloraron los ángeles, algunas estrellas, el mundo paró. Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Terminaron los sueños, aquella ilusión. Desde aquí en el cielo, donde estamos los muertos, ya no llores, te pido. En esta canción, lo que quiero decir es que la vida vale, porque la vida vale. Hay que vivir en cualquier instante, cuando menos lo esperes. Así débil y salvaje, todo llega a su fin. Me quitaron la vida, me la arrebataron. Triste aquel día, el sol se apagó. Dinero no importa, ni clases sociales, solo honrar el momento y la felicidad. Lo que quiero decir es que la vida vale, porque la vida vale. Hay que vivir en cualquier